I don't even know what Andre bought. Never let Andre buy the wine.
This man's just a hater.
Well,
I bought the best wine I could, like I know wine.
the best. Clearly you don't. Holland's most iconic windmill village, Zaanse Schans, is located just 20 minutes outside of Amsterdam and makes a perfect day trip for anyone visiting the city. Albert and I went to try to catch the sunset, but unfortunately, the gloomy day wasn't doing us any favors. Let's wait this weather out, I think, for a little while. Why are there so many windmills here in the Netherlands?
Because it's windy. These ones, they don't make energy, they make bread.
So this is a mill?
Yes, a windmill.
Yeah,
So that's why it's a mill, huh?
that's true. People live here?
Yeah, definitely. People live here, in the houses. Yes, well, you can see the light there, not just for show.
Apart from the windmills, Zaanse Schans is also known for one particular house, this one, and it's very easy to find right at the entrance of the village, or you can even search the hashtag. It turns out, as popular as it is for photography, it's also someone's real house. Don't tell me this is the bridge.
So this is the famous cheese farm right here.
And this is the shot everybody takes of it?
Yep, it's from
This
right
is
here.
right here.
And this
Wow.
is the grass.
This is so much, this happens all over the world, but this is so much smaller than I expected it
Yeah,
to be.
right? People are asking me, where's the spot, you know? And I say, yeah, it's Zaanse Schans. Yeah, but where exactly? I'm like, Zaanse Schans is like, it's so small, like you have so many compositions and shots, like right here, just go there and you will see where it is, because you cannot really miss it.
It's just strange when your house becomes one of the most photographed houses in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Would you ever expect that if you
Yeah.
lived here?
Yeah, well, no.
They should charge a photography fee, I think.
Yeah.
So these two streetlights will come on too, right?
Yeah.
The one that's crooked there.
Yeah.
But nothing over there back
So
of the
if you have a
windmills.
wide lens, you can frame in this windmill, which has a nice position right now.
But it has no lights, right?
The windmill doesn't have lights.
Yeah.
So you can also just cut it and only shoot like that, yeah?
Yeah, just
Like
the
this,
house
the-
here.
the
This is
classic.
about 28 millimeter.
Yeah, so this is already nice frame, you see that?
That's perfect, actually. Yeah, this is going to be really nice. And what I actually want to do is incorporate the reflection. My main concern here is the composition of the bridge, the house, the tree on the left, and the lights. And it looks like they just turned the light on. Great. This composition looks pretty good. Really simple stuff, but still really pretty, and works really well now because that water is completely still. I feel like this blue hour is really nice, but I also feel like we have to get up really early tomorrow. So what do you say, pack it up, get some dinner, get some sleep, get up early?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
The good thing about staying multiple days in one location is that if at first you don't succeed, you get to try again. In this case, we decided to try our luck one more time to see if we could catch an early foggy morning at the windmills, and this time we were definitely rewarded. The way the fog works, it really depends. It's nice for atmosphere, but in an image, it makes things less sharp. There's something I want to try. And these flowers, at the top of the windmill, inside of that reflection, so dramatic looking. Everything's so dramatic looking with the fog. To me, yesterday this place was so serene and peaceful, and now it's still peaceful, but it's really spooky. Well, what I want to do is just try to get a couple different shots until the light gets a little better, a little brighter. I was here last night. It didn't look anything like this. It's just, you can't really anticipate what this is going to be like until you actually see it. Fog doesn't last very long, and it's something that's very special. So you don't have an abundance of time. Oh, this type of fog, best thing you can do is utilize as much of it as possible for as long as you can and move around a little bit.
You know, here there are a lot of pretty foregrounds. You know, all these little flowers. So when it's still a little bit dark, I will usually shoot with a little bit of a higher ISO. So I don't have to take very long to take all my shots, because I want to try a lot of different compositions. So I usually shoot ISO 200, because it will take me twice as fast to take the shots. My noise will not really increase with such a small change in ISO.
I ended up taking 4 photos of the windmills. This one, with a single windmill catching the reflection of the streetlight in a puddle. This next one, using a tree as a natural framing element to make an interesting composition. Another one, utilizing a cluster of flowers as a strong foreground element. And finally, this one, with a silhouette of a distant windmill and the burning sunrise reflected in the river. Albert also got the river shot, but from his own perspective. I also went back to the iconic house we shot the day before to get a different perspective, this time framing the sunrise as the light peaks under the bridge. Albert also captured the same sunrise from the other side of the river. You can even see me in his photo. Look over there, a mini-me in the corner. Not only did this day have a perfect foggy morning, but it happened to be King's Day. Imagine a street party on your block. Now multiply it by an entire country. That's King's Day. It's Holland's biggest holiday, a day that coincides with the birthday of the reigning monarch, King Willem-Alexander of the House of Orange. Therefore, naturally, we had to get our orange on. It's King's Day in Amsterdam, and Albert is supposed to be picking us up, I think. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Let's go.
Where's my Uber? How do I?
Okay,
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
No, I'm not comfortable.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Sorry guys, if I die, there's not gonna be any more episodes.
Wow, this one.
That's not bad.
That's incredible.
That's not bad. Feels very Dr. Seuss.
Wow,
to me.
that looks very good. The cowboy hat, try that one.
This one's very orange. This one's...
The very orange one, I would recommend.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is the one.
The one.
Wow,
Albert, that's you.
That hat is you, yeah.
Yeah.
that is nice.
It is.
Albert, I think that's the one, man.
There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
The next day, I met up with my old friend Alistair Jolly for a Flickr SmugMug photo walk around the Amsterdam canals.
Meetups and photo walks typically take the same kind of plan. They're very informal. This isn't really about the photographs. This is about getting to meet people who share your passion, like-minded people, an opportunity to explore a small part of a beautiful city. So don't be too concerned about the quality of photographs. Be concerned about being part of a bigger community. When I was a full-time photographer, it was a very siloed industry. You maybe had lots of clients and lots of great customers, but interaction with other photographers and other people who actually shared the passion for the craft and the creativity you did was somewhat limited. There was the trade shows and the conference season, but those are such a small part of the year. And now social media plays such a critical role in the world being so much smaller. Those silos have now disappeared, and I have great relationships all over the world with so many great photographers.
People see the photos and then they may understand the place a little bit. And if I write about it, maybe the people, if I tag them on social, but they don't realize that's the core of what I'm doing, is actually meeting with friends and colleagues all over the world all the time. And it's that aspect that I think makes me continuously love photography, even as it evolves, because I get to make more friends, meet more creative people, and just hang out with people like you in these amazing places.
It's a hard life.
I think it's interesting too, because having a balance of real world events, of photo walks, meetups, engaging with the community worldwide, not just at the conventions, but all over the world. And then also having the online component so that people can drive and continue the conversation all the time. I think this is kind of a nice harmony, but in the age of social media, like with everybody on Instagram and Facebook and this instant connectivity, what do you think is really going to drive Flickr forward as being from classic to modern and something that people continue to use?
So much of social media now so much of daily life now is fast and so instantaneous that it's gone as soon as it's posted or shared. With Flickr, you have that opportunity within your account, within your community, within your groups, to really have a long relationship with an image, a discussion, a group that I just don't think other platforms are going to give. And I really hear that people are longing to have that deeper, longer lasting conversation.
We rounded out the day with a nice and relaxed night shoot of the riverboats.
This is one of my favorite spots. And you know you're in the right spot when you see the building with the bird on the corner. I really don't know why that bird is there. And the reason this composition is nice is these bridges have arches underneath. So if I frame this at a fairly wide or medium angle, I can actually capture the 3 arches of the bridge on the left and the 1 arch of the bridge on the right. If I really wanted to shoot ultra wide, I can also frame a few of the bicycles in as well. Now I'm actually standing right on the bridge that I just photographed, and I'm looking down the canal. Right now, this looks okay, but it's a little bit flat. So you can see with the sky, the way it is, there's not a lot going on. But during sunset, if you have a nice sky, it can actually look pretty nice. So if you have the nice conditions and the sky looks like it's gonna light up, this might be a good option too. This is my favorite intersection of bridges to photograph in Amsterdam. And I kind of think this is like the epic sunset spot. If you have an epic sunset, which is really rare here. Usually it looks like this. So right now, doesn't look great. It's great composition, really works if you shoot super wide. And this is basically like a 10-minute walk from the other location. You just kind of go over a few bridges and past a few canals. But since there's not going to be an epic sunset, let's go across and find a good spot for blue hour. I think I like this spot the best, and here's why. Similar to the other shot, there are 3 arches on the left and another one on the right. But what makes this a little bit better is the architecture. The architecture is perfect. It just looks beautiful right in the center of the 2 bridges, plus the distance. So a leading line out here on the right and on the left. It also works whether you're shooting wide or whether you're shooting medium. I think what I specifically like about this architecture is it looks very Dutch, and it's modern enough to still look clean, but not so modern that it doesn't look classically Dutch. And the other thing is the buildings are really narrow and 4 different colors. It is raining a little bit, but I'm not really worried about it, mainly because this camera is weather sealed and the rain's coming straight down, there's no wind. If your camera says weather sealed or weather resistant, you can shoot in the rain, no problem. You just might want to bring an umbrella for yourself, and I forgot mine.
It's okay, I got one for you. And guess what? It's red.
It's always nice to have support from your team. I have a red umbrella now. My life is complete. I have some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. Bad news is this bridge is busted and the lights aren't coming on. The good news is I brought some wine. You know, it's times like this where the wine really helps, because when the shot fails, at least you're standing here and looking at a beautiful view with a plastic cup full of, I don't even know what Andre bought. Never let Andre buy the wine.
This man's just a hater.
Well,
I bought the best wine I could. Like I know wine.
clearly you don't. But here comes a boat. So what I'm gonna do is change my settings to single exposure. I was in bracketing. And now let's try to time out like a 50-second exposure. I'm gonna wait for the boat, and now. It's got 1 green light, 1 white light. Oh, it's got a bunch of lights on the inside. That's great. We'll let it run through and see what happens. We just have to wait for boats. Interesting boats, because here is so dark. I feel like if I can do a long exposure and get this really dramatic line of light to cover that part of the bridge, it'll make the whole scene feel more vibrant and lit. I've left my camera in the same place the entire time, and I've been shooting exposure brackets during blue hour to capture the scene. So it's kind of my base plate. Well, it's pretty much full dark out now. I got some pretty nice shots, and I think I have enough boat light trails. We're gonna take it into Photoshop. We're going to make a final image out of all of this, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. But this is also the last shot in Amsterdam. Tomorrow morning, very early, we're flying to Prague. And I have to say that Amsterdam, between the tulips and King's Day and just every other experience we've had here, has been phenomenal. I highly recommend visiting the city if you haven't before. Just don't film this, okay?
Not filming!
All right, I don't know if this is appropriate. This is by far the best view I've ever had with a urinal. I don't think that this would work in New York City. I'm pretty sure New Yorkers would be pissed.